Hi guys, Squall here. Welcome back to another Derail Valley episode. Hope you enjoyed the overhaul video I did. I thought I'd show you some shunting actually. I was just going to go ahead and do some shunting because I've got a couple of big jobs I'm lining up here. This one here is going to the harbour and town, and then this one here, which is going to harbour and town. But they both require Long 1 as a license, which I've paid for. I paid for Long 1. I've only got $4 grand left though. And ideally, I want to take both of them, which means I need concurrent 1, or whatever it's called. The one that lets you take 2 jobs. So I need another 10 grand. So I thought I'll just do some shunting jobs and try and get the money so we can do a nice big long haul down to harbour and do that in a video. And then I thought, hang on a minute. You guys have not seen the shunting. You've not seen the loading goods in the shunter. Because you actually have to load goods now. So I thought, hey, let's just show you that stuff. So I've got this job here. Not that one. This one. Unload and store trains. Basically, unload and store trains with steel slabs, steel rolls, and steel bent plates. I found the actual consist. It's down here, which is where we were in the last video. And I've parked my train near it. So this is basically, it's the only one in the yard which has this kind of consist on it. It's definitely the one. Looking at it, is it the one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. It's just reversed on the diagram, but it's definitely the right one. It's the only one that's got steel in here, so it's got to be this one, right? So I thought I'll put my train in position, get ready. Chances are we'll have to bring it round to this thing, which is where the loading is done. These platforms are signified by L for loading or unloading, but I think we'll probably have to bring it here, unload it, and then move it somewhere else, maybe into a siding. The actual mission is 24 minutes to get the bonus, so there's a little bit more to it than just unloading it and shoving it at siding, maybe. We'll see, but let's start it and find out. Right, let's see. D5I, couple the cars at the following location, D5I, which is exactly what we expected, I think. D5I, let's get inside. Usual thing for starting up. Let's release the brakes. And we'll move it forward, couple this up, and while we're doing that, taking it to B1L, yeah, it's exactly where I thought it would go. The loading bay, there's only one loading bay here. This is the good thing about doing a bit of shunting work, is you actually get to learn the yard properly, which, you know, no doubt we will be here again. And the next time we come here, we'll know exactly where we're going. It's the harbour I want to show you, though. The harbour is just massive and very complex, and the first time you get there, you kind of go in, you what, mate? And that's where you pick up military jobs as well when you get the license for it. There's a big military zone there. It takes a while to get moving because the brake pressure has to build up and release the shoes, as it were. Right, so if you remember the map of this thing, I should probably show you. Where's the map now? It's reordered everything. Wait a second, we get the speed under control. Here we go, station map 2. Yeah, so if you remember, we're down at the D section at the bottom, and what we're going to do is run all the way around the loop. Go straight through C and then into B, and it's B1L is what we're looking for, which is that one there. Uncouple. Yeah, so after we've unloaded at B1L, we then need to bring them back here into D, into track 1S. Oh, I knew there was more to it. I knew it. So 2 of the cars have to go into 1S, and then the other 2 have to go into A2S. A2S? Where even is A2S? Okay, I actually don't know where that is. Let's see, station map number 2. Hang on, 8. Oh, there's 2S. Okay, alright. That could get interesting. That could definitely... I knew there was more to it. 24 minutes just to bring some stuff around and park the cars. I was like, nah, that's not There's got to be more to it than that. Yeah, I've worked out 30 is a good speed around that bend. You could probably get away with slightly higher, but 30 seems to work. So 1L is on the left here, so as long as our signal's going left, which it is, then it's just a matter of lining it up. So we need to get the loco lined up. There's some mast there with like a red bit on top. We need to line up with that, and then we need to run over to that terminal there. You need to look for these little grey terminals around. They're always in different places, but this one's outside the station. And then that's where we'll be able to load our goods, as long as we've lined this up correctly. Yeah, there's the markers which point the other way, so start getting some gentle braking. Okay, I may have underestimated the fact that this thing has actually got cargo in it, and totally overshot. Because I used the independent brake instead of the train brake, thinking, oh, it's alright, the cars are empty, they'll be fine. Nope, the cars are not empty, we're unloading, not loading. And the independent brake, which is only on the train, had no chance. So we've wasted probably a minute doing that, but it's all good. So as long as our loco is just behind this sign, it should be okay. Okay, let's try that. Let's kill the engine so we don't burn fuel. And then we'll come over here and it'll figure out what we're doing. Steel road, loads, unloads that. So we go, no, unload. Unloading. Okay, it's done it. It's removed it all. It went thunk, 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 thunk. The actual gantry crane doesn't do anything. You don't see animate, in quotes, yet. Who knows, one day. But you can see it's unloaded it. So then now we need to put this thing to... Right, we need to unhook 63 and 75 into D1S. So let's just get the speed going in here. Okay, so 63 and 75 are not actually at the back. So 38 and 69 are the ones that's going to go first. Now that's important because it means we have to do this in the reverse order. 38 and 69 go into A2S, which if we have a look at our map means we need to come through C. Now you need to be careful here because you might be tempted to go that way and take a right. But if we was to take a right here, the front of the train is at this side and the cars are at the back, and we can't reverse into 2S. We need to be able to reverse into it, decouple two cars, and then come back out again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through C again, which is this is C here. It's the blue for the passengers, and this is C. We're going to go through C, and as we come round, we're going to take a first right, and then, assuming that works through there, we want to hold a right and go into 2S, basically. I think there's a point missing here, isn't there? There should be a point right there. Otherwise, how can you choose left or right if there's no point here? That point sends you left or right here, but there should be a point on the diagram, though. Maybe that's a bug. What speed are we doing? Okay, a little bit more speed. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out the train and then drive into a house. We want to get to here and take a right. Let's have a quick look. And then take a right again. Yeah, there is. So this should be 2S. Yeah, I was correct. There is actually a blob on the diagram missing. So we're going to go right then left into there. And that's... Oh my god. I need to get on board quickly. Okay, I must admit I slightly panicked and hit the brakes a little bit hard then, because we're reversing into a siding, and I was like, yeah, if we just go full ham into that, that's going to be very, very expensive. I'm going to try and judge this. This is where having the remote control, when you're doing shunting work, having the remote control is just so helpful. You can stand out here and just use the remote and have the train brake and then just walk over and decouple it. I'm gonna put the brake on that. 1, 2, I reckon that's good. Yeah, so let's disconnect that actually. I don't know, maybe just go back a touch more. The problem is if that's not correct, we won't know until we hand the job in, and at that point we've got to come all the way back here. So it's better to just be a bit more sure of the fact that that is in position. Let's have a look where that is. That's as close as we need to be, I think. So let's disconnect that. And that. And that. Yeah, that was an interesting mission because effectively, I don't know if the devs were trying to do this, but if we'd have followed the plan in order, we would have dropped the wrong cars off first, because 6.3 and 7.5 are not at the back. 6.9 and 3.8 are at the back. And that's really important when you're doing shunting work. Now, this is D1S, and D1S from our diagram is, it's going to be, 1S is far left. So that means it's there. So we're going to have to go left, left, left into 1S, which is the siding. So we'll pull forward and then switch this point here, so it sends us to the left, and then we should be gravy. And hopefully, even with that little cock up at the start, we should get a bonus. And a bonus will give us enough money, I think, to get the license. And obviously pay off the diesel that we've been burning doing this. Come on. Okay, let's check the points. It's going left, left, left again. How much was this job paying again? 1, 2, 3. 6 grand plus 3 grand bonus. Wait a minute. 63 and 75. Yeah, okay. So as long as this is 63 and 75, she better had be. 63, 75. Yep, we should all be gravy. Wasting precious minutes here. I mean, normally in a yard like this, they probably have like 10-mile-an-hour speed limits, but... Okay, anywhere here will do. Okay. Run and hand this in. Okay, validate. Okay. Put that on floor sec. That should be 12 grand. That's only 9 grand. I meant 9 grand. 6 grand plus 50% bonus. So let's see. 12 minutes bonus time. 24 minutes. So we did it in half the time required because we paid attention and did it in the right order and didn't make any mistakes. And no squirrels were harmed. And that's the most important thing, right? Now, if we actually have a look how much money we have 13,900. So as long as the fees are less than 3,900. Yes, you beauty. Now, I could take the train to that service yard there, but that doesn't actually have fuel, that one, interestingly enough. It's not a full service centre, if you see. It doesn't have a service centre, but there is... You can get body and wheel repairs in there, but not fuel. So we could make it cheaper, but for that, and it'll even tell you here, you can save money by servicing the vehicle manually. But I'm just going to get it done anyway, because it's way more convenient. Right, now if we go back up a level, and then go into licenses, we can now take concurrent job 1. You say, I already got train length 1. We'll take concurrent job 1. Get the wallet out. We really are broke now. $132 in our pocket. Oh my god. And if you take this, there's a couple of things about it. So it says, the license allows you to do 2 jobs at a time. Your insurance copay has now gone up $7,500. When I took the long 1 license, which I didn't show you, it went up, I think it was about $6,000. So that means that our minimum insurance payout now has gone up. So if we trash a train, our minimum insurance cost is going to be probably about 20-ish grand, not far off. Also notice the time bonus deadline, -2%. The last one did the same thing. There's been a 4% reduction in the time bonus deadline. So instead of having a 30-minute run, we're now losing 4% off that with this one and the other one. So it's basically shortening down, as you play the game, it's shortening down how much time you have available to do these kind of jobs. Now, what it'll have done, because we haul that over, it will have actually created a job now based on that stuff that we just moved around. Just seeing if I can find it. Is it that one? Deliver empty some more containers. That's not that one, is it? I didn't pay attention to it. Normally when you do a shunting job, it will then create a logistic job off the back of it. So if we look at our jobs here, we've got a logistic haul of empty cars, which I want to do, which is a long, and a freight haul, which is a long. And now we can take 2 jobs. We can basically keep these. What I did was I put them in my hotbar, and that stops them from despawning. If you leave anything on the table here and walk around, chances are the game is going to despawn it and change it to something else. So if you really want something, pick it up, and it won't despawn it. So this job here is 120 tons, 144 meters in length. This one's 138 tons and 100 meters in length. That's a combined distance of 252 meters, and well within 400 ton train mass. But I'm wondering if there's anything else we can squeeze. Oh, we can't, can we? Because we can only do 2 jobs at a time. But the best one is 7 grand for that one and 15 for that. So if I saw something else here that was going to harbour for more than 7 grand, I would swap that in instead, but I don't. So yeah, that's how the shunting works anyway. So you bring things over to the loading bay. It tells you what this thing loads and unloads. Look at this footwear, shipment apparel. Looks like sketches are here. That's how the loading bay thing works. When we get down to the harbour, I'll show you the loading bay at the harbour. It's even bigger. It's just crazy big. But I just wanted to make a quick video to show you basically how shunting works. Definitely recommend you do it. It's a good little earner. You can stay within the realms of the yard, so you're not risking, derailing at speed around somewhere. Generally speaking, around the yard, it's just completely flat. And you can just go at your own pace, but if you feel confident and plan ahead, you can get the bonus in there as well. And as you just saw, well worth getting that bonus in. But in the next video, we'll do that big harbour run, but be a big long train run down to the harbour. So this is a quick one, just to show you the shunting. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, guys. Happy training.